Hi guys, present era me here. When you see me looking like this, it's just me in the present editing the video and explaining what's going on. I've been back in Rwanda now for about a month and I thought I would catch you up on some of the things that I've been doing in that time. So on my last night in the UK, my mum asked me what I'd like to do and I said that I'd like to take a bath, because my mum has got this amazing jacuzzi bath and it's really relaxing and lovely. So she ran me a bath. It takes a little bit of time because you've got to heat up the water. But whenever you run the bath, there's an outlet pipe from the boiler to the outside world, and it just creates these giant plumes of steam that go floating past the window. So whenever I take a bath there, I always feel like I'm taking a bath in Howl's Moving Castle. You know, you just look out the window and you just see the clouds and the steam floating by, which is kind of cool because when I got back to Rwanda, my house here also reminds me of a Ghibli movie.
Something I love about my house is it doesn't have the best view in Kigali, but at night time you can see all of the lights in Nyarutarama just over the valley. And every night when I stand here and look at it, it just makes me think of Spirited Away, the Ghibli film, where she's standing in the spirit world looking out at the lights on the other side. It's like it's a different universe over there, like separated by the wetlands, or nowadays the golf course, which is a little bit less romantic, but you know, it's just a really, really nice little view.
So the first couple of weeks back were brutally hot because we were at the end of the long dry season, which is pretty much 3 months without any rain, and everybody was kind of melting a bit by that point. But a couple of weeks after getting back, the short wet season arrived and we have had some heavy downpours. Day, another power cut. I have no idea what's going on at the moment. What's the time? It's about, well, it's almost 6 o'clock in the evening, which is about the time it gets dark here. And yeah, the electricity's gone off, the internet's gone off. It's interesting. This is the third power cut in about as many days, always in the evening. And it's never usually this bad. Like when I left, it definitely wasn't this bad. You get a power cut maybe once every couple of weeks, but to have 3 power cuts in 3 days, I'm wondering what's going on at the moment. Is this like a big problem with the grid? Is it to do with, I don't know, maybe this happens because there are thunderstorms going on in other parts of the country? I don't know what it is. And another fun thing that happened the first week back was that we welcomed a new High Commissioner. And for the first ever time, all of the top High Commission staff are female, which is pretty cool. Hi guys, so tonight we're off to the High Commissioner's residence for a little bit of a soiree. We're getting a new High Commissioner. So the former High Commissioner Omar Dyer is leaving and we're getting a lady called Alison Thorpe. So it's always exciting to meet the next High Commissioner. They tend to stay for a couple of years at a time, I think. I'm not exactly sure how long the term is. We were there 2 years ago for the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. And last year, beginning of last year, I went there with Harris and Rob when they arrived in country. So I'll leave the links to those events below if you want to go and have a look. So it's always nice to be invited to the High Commissioner's residence. We tend to get invited like once or twice a year if there's an event going on. Usually if it's, well, it was for the Queen's birthday, so I guess it'll be the King's birthday. And usually also carol singing or something like that. I've spoken about this before, but in Rwanda, we don't really have an expat community. We don't all hang out with British people. Americans don't all hang out with American people. We're really infused throughout the city. So nobody sort of lives in expatriate communities. And so it's kind of interesting for me because most of the other British people living here, I probably have never met before. So there are one or two people, like my close friend Joe. We arrived here together around 17 years ago, and we've known each other all of that time. And we'll regularly catch up for brunch or lunch or drinks. But other than that, there are not many British people that I do actually know. So it's a chance for us to meet each other, put faces and names together. And also, it's a free bar. So we do tend to enjoy that, sometimes a little bit too much. But yeah, it's going to be a nice night. It's 3 o'clock at the moment, so I'm just going to throw myself through the shower, choose something to wear. It's usually not a late night. It tends to run from about 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. And then we're all shepherded back out the door so that the High Commissioner can get some rest. So yeah, let's get ready. So I'm all dolled up, but I think I might be about to take my party clothes off and get back into some comfy jeans, because the weather has taken a serious turn for the worse. There is currently rolling thunder and dark clouds, and it looks like it might be about to pour down. And a few of us have been texting going, don't know if we want to go out in this. It's kind of difficult to get taxis really, and I don't have a car, so I use a public motorbike, which is not good in the rain. So a lot of us are just kind of thinking, 50-50, but I don't know if I want to venture out. I kind of feel like I just want to flump in front of Netflix and make some food.
The team have put this amazing tent on, which frankly is way more special than what I had for my wedding. So I'm completely blown away by the embassy team, but it's a real honour and a privilege to be here. I know there was a lot of panic earlier in the High Commission about the rain, which I was having been in the UK for 10 years, just took completely for granted, right? But this furniture has come in and out of this tent quite a lot today. But I understand that it is a good sign in Rwanda when it rains, particularly on today. So there you go, we are embracing the rain. I also understand that I've got a very well-stocked wine cellar. So do please imbibe freely. I know, having done a few overseas postings before, that the whole point of the British High Commission or an embassy in country is to occasionally provide the British community with quite a lot of free gin and tonic. So please do take full advantage of it.
Hi guys, just got home. It was such a good night. Our new High Commissioner is just fantastic. Really excellent night. Brilliant host, lovely evening, and yeah, just caught up with a lot of really good friends. It's always difficult when you go to these things, you're like, oh, will I know anybody? But you always know everybody. It's fantastic. And yeah, it's good. It makes you feel part of a community. So I've had a lot of gin and just a really wonderful evening. So yeah, if you're an expat and you're living somewhere, and if there's a party or two thrown by your High Commission, always good to go along. And just you don't see everybody very often, but when you do, it's fantastic to catch up. So yeah, it's a really good night. So I'm heading off to Kigali motorbike rental today to pick up a motorbike. I'm not too sure what I'm getting yet, but I have to admit I'm ever so slightly nervous. I haven't ridden on Rwandan roads for several months now, and it takes a bit of adjustment. So I'm going to take things very slow, very steady. I think the bike I'm getting might be a little bit bigger than the scooter that I was on before, and if so, I'm also a bit nervous about parking it in my drive, because my driveway goes like that. There's not a lot of room for error. If you mess up, you end up going gudunk down the steps. So I need to figure out how to park it in my driveway, but it's going to be good to get back on a bike. And I've got a few piano tunings lined up this week, so it'll be nice just to be able to throw my kit on the back and head off and do those. So I did indeed switch up my scooter for a 150 TVS Star. There's no box on the back, but there are bungee cords. And I did manage to get it into my drive without falling down the steps. I also recently made a video about motorbike shopping in Kigali, and if you remember when I went to Haojin, I couldn't sit on the Haojin Hawk because it was so high up I was on tiptoes. But Kigali Motorbike Rental have also got a fleet of Haojin Hawks, and they've lowered one so you can make it closer to the ground, and I didn't know that you could do that. They've also got these Haoju Cruisers, and I love the classic design of them, but they're feet forward bikes, and I don't feel like I feel safe off-road in that position. But really nice bikes if you're going to go on a long cruise around the country on the main roads, which are all pretty well tarmacked. But the absolute best news of all is, do you remember in my motorbike video that absolutely huge Haoju sports touring bike? It's like 7 million francs, 400cc, absolute beast of a bike for Kigali. Well, Dominic was showing me that they've got a smaller version of that, the RX 250. And I know that I said that I would never go back to Haoju after my previous experience, but this is a very tempting bike. It's got the boxes, it's got off-road tyres, and he reckons it's around 4 million or a bit less, so I need to go and check on the price of it. But it's really difficult because I was really sold on the Haojin Evo, but I do intend to do quite a bit of driving around, and that extra storage space and those tyres and just the shape of it is really, really nice. It's a sporty touring bike. I think I might go and check it out. So like I mentioned, I've been doing a lot of piano work since I got back. Leaving town is brilliant for business because when you get back, everybody suddenly remembers that they've got a piano to tune. This is a gorgeous piano from the late 1800s. I love pianos with the candle sconces. I think they look really, really cool. Very sort of Corpse Bride piano. And this is a Spinet from the 1960s. Back in the days when you could get a 50-year warranty on a product. And this is a Korean Youngchang from the 1990s. Very easy piano to work on. I'm going back this week to tune a similar piano in the same place, and it's a guest house belonging to a health centre. And inside they have these really pretty stained glass windows. Just doing some editing before I head out to see friends, and another random power cut at 4 p.m. for absolutely no reason whatsoever. There isn't any rain going on out there, no storm. It's getting pretty chronic at the moment, these power cuts. I don't really know why. I've also had some friends visiting this month. So the lovely Maya, who you might remember from Spain and Morocco last year. We had a guacamole fest at Casa Keza and played with the bunnies. And my friend Adam was visiting from Vietnam, and she suggested that we check out this new place called Lemon, which took over the old Wok building in Kimihurura. It has a spectacular view, the perfect place to sit and work. It's really gorgeous. The food was also brilliant. For drinks, I had a milkshake, and for food, Adam had the chicken shawarma, and I went for the akabanga chicken, and they were both absolutely delicious. I highly recommend. Back to the view again. Morning guys, excuse my appearance. I can't be bothered to have a wash this morning because it's a really lazy rainy day and I'm in a lazy rainy mood, but I'm having a good day today because it's bin day. Friday's a bin day, so you put your trash outside the gate in a big bin liner. Plastic bags are technically banned here, but I buy bin liners from Agroplast who make thick bin bags out of recycled plastic. So I put my plastic bottles out with my trash and they get recycled into things like this. And the reason I don't worry about it too much is because they're supposed to give you the bag back after they've taken the rubbish out. But that hasn't happened for a couple of years now, and I'm just standing here grinning because for the first time in ages, I put my bins out this morning and look what I got back. So yeah, I'm super happy because I've got my bin bag back. They just throw it over the gate, which is fantastic. Because usually every week that I put my bins out, I have to pay for another bin bag. And now I don't. Yay! So the other thing that's making me happy today is about a year ago, I planted a passion fruit. And it has grown into this massive, massive vine. I planted a couple of them, one over here and one over here. Actually, I think two over here. And they've both grown into these huge vines, which are now starting to die back because we've had a really dry season. But look what they're leaving behind. These are the first passion fruits that I have ever grown myself. So I'm going to harvest them later. And then I think you have to leave them for a few days to go a bit brown. I don't actually know when they're ripe, I need to look that up. But I'm really excited. I've never grown a passion fruit before. And now I have lots of them. So continuing my lovely lazy morning, I'm going to make myself a sausage sandwich. And I'm going to show you my new favourite thing in all the world. I'm a little bit obsessed with it right now. Okay, now for the piece de resistance. This is a lemon mayonnaise that I bought from an online store called Tuma 250. It doesn't really taste that lemony, that citrusy. It's just a really creamy, really nice mayonnaise. I think it's made in Belgium. That's really nice mayonnaise, I like that. Maybe a slight hint of lemon in it, but not overpowering. And then I'm going to mix it with this, which is Zesta hot and sweet sauce, which is also from Tuma 250, and this one's made in Kenya. So we've got Belgian lemon mayonnaise, and I don't know if you can see that, but the lights are kind of flickering on and off. It's raining pretty heavily now. But yeah, so we've got hot and sweet sauce from Zesta, and Jumbo mayonnaise. And when you combine these, something amazing happens. Yeah, I am seriously in love with this at the moment. It's just a really creamy, slightly citrusy, slightly spicy, slightly sweet mayonnaise combination. It's also absolutely brilliant if you mash in a boiled egg for a boiled egg sandwich with that particular sauce. It's absolutely fantastic. I've just put my dinner in the oven and I've just run out of gas. So I've just sent a message to my gas guy to ask him if he can come and deliver at some point. But all is not lost because I have got a small guest apartment, and inside that apartment I have got another bottle of gas and a different hob. I can't switch over the gas bottles because they're different appliances, different connectors, but I can go and cook it out there, so yay! Alright, here's my little guest apartment kitchen, and just underneath here, this is my backup gas bottle. You just press it down and flick the switch, and that's now connected. And we're just gonna see if we can get it to light. Oh yeah, that's lit. Alright, let's turn that down to a sensible level and pop the little bucket oven on top. Oh, there we go. There we are. dinner is saved. Hurrah! And here's my brand new shiny gas bottle delivered by bicycle.